Girl, you gonna drink alone today, sis. Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on. This is my Ma movie review. So this weekend I had a chance to go see Ma. And let me tell you something. I don't know if this was supposed to be a horror story or if this was supposed to be a comedy. But let me tell you something. Throughout the movie, I tickled and cringed the entire time. So let's get into this review. So Octavia Spencer is playing the character of Sue-Ann, and I honestly thought, like, girl, I don't know if I was watching Charlotte's Web, because that sounded like a name for a pig. Hated that. So this movie was shot in Natchez, Mississippi, not too far from Memphis, Tennessee. I grew in the South, so a lot of stuff I saw, and I know some people from Natchez, Mississippi. I know some folks from deep inside Mississippi. Now, I might have been in Natchez for family reunion a couple of times or whatever, I'm not mistaken. So we got this white girl. She is moving from San Diego, California. Apparently her mother is going through a divorce, and she's coming back, and she's being a cocktail waitress at a casino. I feel like this was a little bit like, I feel like this story was a little bit real. The mother and the daughter have a kind of relationship that is not what I'm used to seeing. It was like, okay, this was cute. They looked like they were friends, but she still had a mother type of role when it came to like asking and receiving respect from her daughter. So her daughter is trying to like get into the new school, and you know, she got these friends that want to hang out and they want to do young folk stuff. They want to smoke pot and drink or whatever. So she doesn't like to smoke and she doesn't like to drink too much. So she's like, okay. So they're trying to purchase alcohol, and being that they're underage, ain't nobody finna do that. And like, girl, I'm not going to jail. I'm not catching no charge. So Sue-Ann, played by Octavia Spencer, is walking up and she's like, girl, I ain't doing none of that. Like, I ain't, like, you don't get the hell away from me. So after sis sees the van, she sees the name of the van, she said, okay, let me help you. You know, I knew what it was to be young and whatever. So she buys the alcohol from them. She comes out and she says, be safe and da 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 da. She tells them, she said, y'all gonna drink, y'all need to go to the rock pile or whatever. And it's like this place where a bunch of houses were probably like torn down, or a building was torn down or whatever. So Sue-Ann then calls the father of one of the teens that was there who was driving the van. Dad calls the police come get him. Let me tell you something. That police scene was not realistic at all, especially if you had one black kid doing that. Like, especially not no Natchez, Mississippi. Girl, they were the most progressive, quote unquote, police officers I've ever seen in my life. Driving through Mississippi is not safe for any black people at all. So the next time Sue-Ann buys alcohol from them, she says, you know what? Like, y'all need to come to my house, like, and this is gonna be a safe space. I'm gonna make sure that y'all straight. So we get to dive into Sue-Ann's character and what is going on. And immediately, it's already registering me like, sis, there is nothing cute about no 50-year-old woman trying to hang out with no students and stuff like that. Like no high school student. That shit ain't safe. So they come over, they messing with Sue-Ann a little bit. They try to pull a joke on her. Sis pulls out the gun and she tells one of the boys to take off his clothes. And everybody shook. Sis took off her clothes like she looking. Sue-Ann is apparently attracted to younger boys. And this is where I'm gonna stop, because the movie started to go downhill from that. And I feel like it was already beginning to do that. Octavia Spencer is a very talented actress, and she deserves way better. When you look at the people who wrote, produced, and did everything with this movie, it's nothing but a bunch of white people. The way y'all tried to show racism on film, it's very interesting, because white folks, y'all, this is one thing that y'all are good at. If y'all ain't good at anything else, y'all are extremely good at oppressing people of color and black folks, okay? We're seeing that Sue-Ann has a backstory. We're doing flashbacks, and apparently she was like the only black girl in the school around in I think the 60s or 70s or something. I don't know what age they were trying to do this shit, because it didn't make any sense. You know, she didn't have that many friends, and she was trying to make friends. Something happened to like damage her and make her not even want to be around. Not even just the racism. It was so interesting seeing how that was. Like, we had Sue-Ann working at a veterinarian's place, and we can clearly tell that the manager or the person who's running the place is racist, but we can't, like, it wasn't a good job of it being shown. This movie was honestly garbage, and I could not do anything but just laugh at it because it was funny. It was just funny garbage, but I cringed the entire time. So Sue-Ann continues to buy alcohol for these young folks. She has them come at the house and she just wants to party. And Sue-Ann is becoming a little bit like too much. This is finding these folks on social media. She is following them on Snapchat. She got their numbers and she's texting them and inviting them over and stuff. So it becomes too much for the students, like the kids. They like, girl, we don't want to hang out with her ass. She crazy. Cause I had to call Ma a movie that like we've seen before, I would compare it to Hocus Pocus. Sis was sucking the energy out of these white kids, and if we're gonna talk about race, like y'all gonna have to really talk about it. And y'all didn't do it because sometimes white people are uncomfortable talking about race to that type of extreme is because they will feel guilty. So they wanna like dull it down because if other white folks see that, they're gonna be like, damn, we really are garbage. So they don't wanna see that face to face. They're like, girl, we ain't gonna do all that. And I feel like y'all did that with this movie. And I feel like this had the potential to be a like really great movie if it was told in detail and y'all gave us a little bit of the backstory. The backstory of y'all, like with the younger black version of Sue-Ann was garbage. The casting for her was garbage as hell. Y'all had so many resources. Y'all were in Natchez, Mississippi. Like so much racism. I'm pretty sure y'all could have found a Confederate bar or something like that. But y'all did not do it, and because y'all didn't have enough black and brown folks helping y'all write this bullshit. So Sue-Ann is mad at the kids not want to kick it with her no more. So she is like pissed off. So there was one more incident of them going over Sue-Ann's house, and sis had drugged them. She had took some drugs from the veterinary hospital, and she had drugged the kids, gave them shots. And when the girl came home, the new girl in the town, she did not know how she got home. She was missing her earrings and stuff, and she just felt like she had been dragged because her knees were all scarred up and stuff. So she told her then boyfriend, like, sis, I don't want to go over her house no more. Like, promise me not going over there no more. But he ends up going over there. And sis is shook. She goes there, which like she takes her mother's car and she goes there, and it just didn't make it like it didn't make any sense. Like sis, I'm like, bitch, I'm calling the car. Like, no ma'am, I can't see no white girl allowing a black woman to sit here and do something like that, and ain't nobody calling the cops, girl, no ma'am. So getting towards the end of the film, the finale, we find out that Sue-Ann has a daughter. I had already kind of picked it up, but my whole thing is, y'all, like, I didn't like how y'all did that wheelchair type of scene. It didn't make any sense. Like y'all said, the mother told the daughter that she was sick. She knew she had to pretend like she was sick, and she was still like driving around in the hover around. Like, make it make sense. Like, I feel like that was disrespectful when she picked her up. If you all are going to put people who use a wheelchair in a movie, you might want to talk to folks who actually live their lives like that. Cause that shit didn't make no sense. Like, she picked her up, like it was just way too much. I feel like y'all did a terrible job telling the story of who is responsible for what Sue-Ann is now. Cause it seemed like she was a very nice girl in the beginning, but a situation happened when she was in high school and they had her give oral fellatio to somebody who it wasn't. So that was honestly rape. Like that shit was garbage. We didn't really see who the true villains were, and the villains were the white folks. It was, oh, Sue-Ann, I'm so sorry, I should have did that, like, girl, no man, your ass is the villain. Y'all made Sue-Ann look like that it wasn't, she was trying to get back instead of just, like, it was just not the tea. It wasn't the tea. Like, sis was going off on her daughter. Like, I would have liked to understand why she was telling her daughter, don't trust them. Like, y'all could have said that, don't trust them white folks. Like, girl, y'all was scared to talk about race, but you're doing a film that is about race. Make it make sense. This movie honestly could have been put in the hands of Jordan Peele because y'all were scared to talk about it, and it just did not look realistic. This shit should have been on Netflix back 10 years ago when Netflix first came out, because this was some straight to red box, not even DVD, not even straight to digital. Girl, it ain't even locked up in the Disney vault because Disney, when you put their hands on it, this movie was utter garbage. And I am not going to tell y'all to go out and see it and support it. If you can go watch it somewhere else, go watch it. But girl, do not give these folks their money. I'm gonna talk about the ending. Sis got upset. Sis grabbed all the kids, had them all drugged up, and girl, that shit was so fun. Like, y'all had a noose in this. It was, y'all really went all the way out for nothing. Then she painted the black boy and said, it can only be one of us. Like, this shit was so stupid. Like, it made no sense at all. The police came and asked the black woman what's going on all these cars, and she's sitting there explaining what's going on, and the police officer looking at her like, all right, Sue-Ann, you said what you said. Ain't no way in the hell no shit like that going down in no damn deep in the south of Mississippi. Girl, y'all don't move on. So she ends up shooting the police officer, which was hilarious. Like, she goes back to get them foes. You know, homegirl mama show up and say, Sue-Ann, we can't do this, we can't not like this. End up rescuing Sue-Ann's daughter. Sue-Ann got homeboy's dad up there, and she had like some blood going to me. Folks was like, where's that blood? That blood was dog blood. I would love for it to be shown more of her saying that, hey, you a dog, I'm gonna treat you like a dog, and that was dog's blood. Because y'all remember she had, for those who saw the movie, y'all remember something happened to their dog, and I guess she took blood from him to use it. Like, it was so many like things put inside it, and then it wasn't connected, it wasn't fully told, and it was just like, girl, man, if you're gonna bring something in, you're gonna introduce something, explain it. But overall, the movie was complete garbage. She was trash. Tell me what y'all thought about it if you went to go see it. But I feel like this was a waste of Octavia Spencer's time. I feel like it was a waste of a movie done on about race and all this stuff that happened in the deep south of Mississippi and stuff. Like, y'all just did a very piss poor ass job of trying to tell a story about white folks terrorizing the only black student. Like, I would have been more if y'all had changed it out and did a Carrie situation. Y'all did not tell us who the true villains are. And then she had this love affair with white folks. It was very disgusting. I did not like it. It just, like, sis, we didn't get to know anything about Sue-Ann. Like, how did she have a daughter all of a sudden? Did she find where her husband at? Y'all didn't tell us anything. Y'all didn't tell us anything. None of the shit made any damn sense. It was very goofy and very silly. So tell me what y'all thought about it. Girl, let me know in the comments, and I'll talk y'all later on tonight. Bye.
Respect the queen when you see them, bitch. I'ma kick your ass. Let me see you come out this motherfucker.